Welcome to the Seriously podcast. I'm your host, Annaliese Gann. Now let's get into it. Welcome to the Seriously podcast, where we make light of serious conversations with really interesting people. A lot has changed since the last time I interviewed Lucy Banks. If you haven't listened to that episode, I'd probably listen to that first. But since the last time we spoke, Lucy has left the adult platform OnlyFans. She has increased her clientele for PR company Million Billion Media, and she is also very happily in a relationship with her partner. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about today and reveal about Lucy's new life and plans. And I can't wait to share it all with you. Here she is, the amazing Lucy Banks. Lucy Banks, welcome back to Seriously.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited that you're here.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. I feel like last time I came out on such a high. Like, I was so happy. I feel like we just vibed really well. I love that you gave me, the platform to tell my stories. And the feedback I personally got from it was amazing. Everyone was like, oh, you guys, you work really well together, and it's good to be back.
I'm so excited that you're here. Second time in the studio, and for good reason. A lot has changed in the last few months for you.
Yes.
One of those things is your relationship status.
That's right. It's so exciting to come in here and I guess announce it or talk about it. I don't know, but I am super loved up. I'm in a relationship and I'm just really, really happy. It's cool to, I think I mentioned it last time as well, and I really always said I'm happy on my own. I was never looking for a relationship until I find someone that's like, oh my gosh, I can't be without this person. I'm happy to be on my own. And the beautiful boyfriend I have is that and everything and more. He's just absolutely made for me. It's perfect.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
How'd you guys meet?
So it's a funny story. So I used to have Tinder, but not for the purpose of meeting someone. I used it to try to get more Instagram followers. So I'd have my photos up, and then in my bio, it would just say, find me on Instagram at I'm Lucy Banks. And I honestly would just have my phone in my hand. I wouldn't even look at it. I'd just be like, because you can't say yes to everyone, or Tinder thinks you're a bot and shuts you down. So I just wouldn't even look at it. I was like, yes, no, yes,
follower.
No. Yeah, I just, kind of swipe. And then I just happened to glance down at my phone when I was blindly swiping on Tinder to try to get more followers. And I saw this guy and I was like, oh, no, he's actually pretty cute. Like, yes. And then I matched with him and then I spoke with him. And he was the only one I really spoke to. But just saw him and I was like, oh, he's really my type.
Ooh.
And so then we followed each other on Instagram. And we didn't really talk that much. We just kind of sat on each other's Instagram for about maybe 12 months. And we'd reply to each other's stories here and there, but nothing really ever happened. And then I was out with a girlfriend one night and he messaged me and he's like, are you out? And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm in Scarborough. And he's like, great, I'm in Scarborough as well. What bar are you at? I'll come and meet you. Oh. And I was with a girlfriend and he was with a mate and we met up and the rest is history, to be honest. Like,
wow.
Yeah. It's funny, and I know it sounds so cliche, but when you know, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew, and because I date people here and there, like maybe for a couple of months at a time, and then it would fizzle out, or they'd want more, or I'd want more, and the other person didn't, and it just never really worked. But from the day I met this guy, I was like, no, if it doesn't work out with him, I don't want to be with anybody. And he felt the same about me, I guess.
So you have a soul deep connection. It seems like he's grounding.
He is, yeah. So we're very similar in a lot of ways. Like, he's quite extroverted, like I am.
Okay.
We both have we're both really close to our families. But then he knew that I did OnlyFans. In my ideal world, he would have loved it. We would have made content together and just kept doing that.
Yeah.
but he never filmed with me, never wanted to, which is fine. I completely respect that. And then I was sort of in a position where I had to leave OnlyFans because they were shutting my page down. But I kind of feel like it was the right time anyway, because I was in this relationship, and not that I'd never leave for a man, but the timing just sort of worked out really well. And I like that. I like that he didn't like that I was doing it, because I've dated people in the past who kind of fetishized
Yes.
me doing it. And they'd be like, oh, you should do this. And they'd sort of like give me marketing advice. And I hated that. And I love that this man he loves me for me. He loves that I'm motivated, loves that I have a career. But he was never into the OnlyFans thing. He just genuinely loved me as a person from day one.
But I love that, because it's like, same when I met my partner, so many people wanted to date me because I'm Annaliese, the model, like being on TV. Same with you, like you're very successful, and people are like, she's hot, like look at me, I get the clout. But when I met my partner, like he doesn't even care if we don't post a photo. He's like anti-photos.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I just want to be with you, and that's genuine.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same with
Hard
my
to
partner.
find.
And I love that. And I think there's 100 things that attracted me to him, but that was one of the big ones. I was like, he doesn't care that I'm Lucy Banks. He cares that I'm a good partner. He cares that I'm a good mother. He cares that like he can trust me. And we've just got this beautiful, wholesome relationship.
It's so sacred.
Yeah.
And like not everyone needs to know about it. Like,
exactly.
Well, they do now, but.
Yeah, surprise. But yeah, I think coming back to that, like I probably won't ever like post him on my Instagram or anything like that, because people, it is very sacred. And I'm very protective over this. We've just got this beautiful, wholesome little family unit, and I love it. And I want to protect that. And I think that people like to ruin a good thing.
They love it. They love to tear someone down. Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been there. I get it.
Yeah. So it's sad that, I don't feel safe to post him, because people will just, interfere, and it's, I just don't need that drama or those complications in my life. Even though, he'd deal with it, just like, he'd be fine with it. He's really crazy. But at the moment, I like just having this little bubble that feels like it's like just for me, and it's outside of that Lucy Banks world.
I love that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Can I ask how long you've been together?
Yeah, so we've been together for quite a while now. Like we've bought a house together.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we live together.
Yeah. Very serious then.
Yeah, it is. And so I was like, I'm a single mum. I have 2 kids, and my boys absolutely adore him. They love him more than they love me. So
you're like rude.
I know. I'm like, I birthed you. But he's so good. Like, they're probably outside right now kicking a soccer ball together or something. So I would definitely, feel like it's safe to say it's serious.
Wow. Was that a big thing, like when you met, and then you're like, I need someone to be a good stepfather, essentially, like someone to love my kids as much as I do?
Yeah.
I feel like to find someone maternal or paternal is very hard.
So because I've on my own with the kids for a very long time. So I sort of said to him, I'm like, look, I don't need you to come in and parent. I just need you to come in and be their friend.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's done. Even though when he can say like, hey, don't do this, or like, can you jump in the shower? But he doesn't try to take over or discipline them or anything. Like my kids already have a dad, and they've got a great dad. But it's nice for them to have that male influence at home,
like a healthy one.
And it's just so nice. Like as soon as they come in from school, they run up and like give him a hug every single day, and it's so beautiful to see. And again, that's I guess something that like attracted me to him more, just seeing how much my kids loved him without any pressure, without saying like, oh, go give him a hug or anything. Like it's just been so natural. And his whole family have just been so welcoming to the boys and I just absolutely adore all of them. It just it's just so right, and it's so nice, and I'm just I feel like a schoolgirl, even though we've been together for like quite a while now. Like you can see like whenever I talk about him, I just like light up. It's just it's really nice feeling to, he's the best person I've ever met and I get to be with him. And it's just, yeah, it's amazing.
That's amazing. Speaking of all of this, would you want to have more kids?
Yeah.
Really?
I always wanted to have more kids.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
So now that I'm, I guess with someone who I can see he's already such a good role model to my kids. And so I'm like, I can't wait to see you as a dad.
So he has no kids?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, amazing. What about marriage?
Yeah, hopefully one day we'll see. I always said I'd never get married again. I'm like, maybe I'll meet someone, but I'll never get married again. Mm-hmm. But now it's funny, now that I've met him, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I would love to have your last name. I would love to have like a ring on my finger. And not that he's never like pushed it or anything. If anything, I'm the one who's like, could do with an engagement ring for Christmas.
Like we're women.
I know.
Trust me, I'm already telling my partner the same thing.
Maybe we'll both get engagement rings.
Oh my God, I love that.
We have a joint wedding.
Let's have a joint party.
Oh, yeah. So cute. It's definitely on the cards for me. And I mean, we're not at that stage where like we need to, and I'm not in a rush either. Like I'm sure it'll happen one day. I kind of am in a rush, but it's fine.
Dropping hints.
Yeah. But yeah, it's everything just moves. It's just moving at the right pace, and yeah, I'm sure it will happen one day.
So happy for you. Hey guys, if you've loved listening to the Seriously podcast, we'd really appreciate a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify podcasts. It keeps us making incredible content for all of you to hear. Thanks so much. Can we take it back to career?
Yes.
So you have famously left the platform OnlyFans, where you famously made over $1 million Aussie dollars.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's not something, I think I mentioned this in the last podcast. I was kind of at a stage where like I was thinking about exiting, and then I was almost felt like I was pushed out, and I was like, fuck, like what do I do? And there's not a lot of stories of OnlyFans creators who have left and done something and made like an equal amount of money.
Afterwards, yeah. It's hard.
They always say like sex work is the hardest job to leave because you get accustomed to that lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And I've got mortgages. Like I feel like I was smart and I invested my money into property, but I still need to
pay for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was sort of in a position where I was like, fuck, like what do I do? And I actually initially thought I was going to start a social media agency. Quickly decided that wasn't for me. And I pivoted into doing PR. So Million Billion Media. But it's sort of like, I like to describe it as like a public relations / talent management agency. And it has been the best fun because I feel like I still have a foot in the industry because all our clients are OnlyFans creators or they're in the adult industry. So I still get to talk to my friends all day and like champion my friends and find opportunities for them, which is so fucking cool. But I'm not in the industry anymore. Like if someone asks me what I do, I'm like, I'm a publicist.
Wow.
So I'm so lucky and so grateful to have the best of both worlds. And it's nice because like all of my clients I know from being Lucy Banks. So I wouldn't have the success I have with Million Billion if it wasn't for being Lucy Banks.
Oh, 100%.
So it's like a really nice sidestep, I guess.
And the industry's so in depth, so you know what works, especially publicity-wise. You have some big clients like Annie Knight, Honey Brooks. They're massive in Australia and the world. Yeah,
and they're just both of those women and my other clients. They're just such like beautiful human beings.
Yeah,
and
they seem it. They seem really smart as well, which is like they're business smart and they're good. Like they're good at their job.
Yeah, it's a really cool position to be like an official storyteller for people.
Yes.
And because I'm really close to all my clients, like I was talking to Annie last week, and she just mentioned something, and I was like, stop. I was like, that's a story. And she was like, oh, I don't know, that's a bit personal. And I was like, that's a story. So it's cool to be able to, champion them and shine them. I really have like a personal interest in shining them in lights that people will read their stories and be like, oh, I really like that. And they'll be like, oh, they're an OnlyFans creator. Because I feel like OnlyFans or anyone in the adult industry, they're automatically stigmatized. So if you can sort of tell a story that's got nothing to do with OnlyFans and people are like, oh, I like that, and then they realize you're an OnlyFans creator, I think it kind of just helps break down that stigma a bit.
Yeah. Do you think it's changing in Australia?
Yeah, hugely.
Okay.
Even so, I first started OnlyFans in 2019, and I used to have to, if someone asked me what I did for work, and I said OnlyFans, I had to explain what OnlyFans is because nobody knew. Whereas if you tell someone now, we're almost in 2024, everyone knows what it is. And I think a lot of that has to do with like the reality TV show stars who are going on reality TV and then starting OnlyFans. So it's just it's in the media a lot now. And I know there's some people in the industry who don't like it when reality stars do that because they're like, oh, it's not fair. They already have a... Yeah. I think it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
It is so cool to see these women with these platforms and they're smart. I think it's a very smart thing to like monetize that, and sex sells.
Yeah.
And it's really good for them personally, but I think for the industry, seeing these high-profile people join the platform, it's really, really good for the industry.
Mm-hmm. I love that. That's so exciting. What are your plans for Million Billion? Like you have a lot of big things going on at the moment.
Yeah,
can you talk about any of them?
I can talk about like a little bit. I can't say everything.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Dropping bombshells today. So we've just opened a Sydney office, which is like insane.
Woo,
yeah.
Big guns. I love that.
I know, so exciting. And we're about to open like a whole new division. So we've closed our books at the moment until January 2024.
Okay.
For two reasons. One, because it's just really important to us that we're giving enough to every single client. And at the moment, our books are at capacity. But we're also just spending the next few weeks developing this new division. And then we'll be able to announce the other services and offerings we're doing then.
I'm excited.
So I can't say what it is now, and I really want to, but it's really, really cool, and it's really, really exciting, and I'm such an oversharer, so it's hard to like not share things.
Yeah, bring it back.
I'm like, I'd calm down. But yeah, 2024. I mean, 2023 has already been huge.
Yes.
And it's beyond what my expectations were, like 100-fold. It's just been so cool, and I genuinely love all our clients, and I'm just so grateful for their support. But 2024, we've got some really, I feel like we're leveling up a lot, like too big for our boots.
I'm excited.
Running with these opportunities, and yeah, it's really, really cool. I can't wait to tell you.
Amazing. Just so people know, can you tell me about some of the publications you've worked with?
Yeah, so...
They're big names.
It's really... I'm really glad you asked.
Congrats.
Because... So we've had clients published in Lad Bible, Daily Mail, news.com.au, The Drum, ABC, a TV show.
Yes.
Nova Hawthorne was on that a few weeks ago.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And we've also got a client going on The Project tomorrow night.
Oh, my God.
I know.
I can't wait. Can you say who it is?
Yeah, Kay Manuel.
Oh, my God.
So she's been in the news everywhere the last couple of weeks for like the Schoolie scandal. So yeah, that's really exciting. Yep. We've got girls who have been published in Take 5 magazine.
Wow.
Both within Australia and in the UK.
Incredible.
And we've got the Sydney... So at the moment, it's beginning of December, we're pitching for January now. And I think I've got 3 or 4 girls that are going to be published in the Sydney Morning Herald in January. What else? Body and Soul magazine are doing a piece for one of our clients. It's just I get so excited talking about it. It's just so cool to see these women who are like being taken seriously, and they're telling their stories in mainstream media.
Yeah, that's the big thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible, giving them that opportunity to do that, because I feel like not a lot of publicists have that leverage or that rapport with, publications to do that.
Yeah.
So that's incredible.
Thank you. It's been because I've worked with media for years.
Yes, you have.
And I've just brought on board Emma. So Emma was a journalist at Mamma Mia. And then
Stop. I love Mamma Mia.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
And that's how I met her. She interviewed me years ago and her and I just clicked. And then she moved from being a journalist into a publicist. So she was working as a publicist for a few years. And I kept asking her questions. And I was like, can you freelance for me part-time? And then I was like, can you do some more hours? And then I just called her. I was like, I need you. I was like, tell me how much it would cost for me to poach you from your current job because I need you full-time. So she's come across and she's literally worked in the media for years and years. So her connections are just invaluable. And we're about to bring on board a third person full-time who, again, just has all the connections. I can't say too much. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
That's all I can say.
You'll find out. Follow Million Billion Meter on Insta.
Yes, stay tuned.
And Lucy Banks. I am Lucy Banks.
I'm Lucy Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Lucy Banks on Insta. We'll cut that.
Yeah.
So what else? Tell me, what else has been going on?
At the moment, like I'm just so busy with work, and it's so nice to be working from home. I have my partner pop in every now and then. He's like, "Do you want a coffee? What do you want for lunch?" The kids are about to finish school, and so we have all this time off, the four of us over school holidays, and I'm just I guess like in a nutshell, I'm just like really, really happy. I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be in life. I'm just surrounded by the best people ever. Everything's
worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever think that, like, leaving the industry, were you ever like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, I was. I think there's a lot of people who are sort of watching to see, like, what's she going to do? Because obviously, like, after being in OnlyFans for so long, and I was reasonably well known for doing OnlyFans, it would be more challenging for me to go and get like a normal job.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Not to mention that I've got two kids. By the time I do the school run, it's almost 10 a.m. By the time I drop two different kids off at two different schools, there's just no way I could sort of work a normal job. And then I was like, oh, maybe I could like work remotely for someone. And I was looking at jobs. I was like, what am I going to do? So I'm really excited that I think it just, again, like further proves to people, like, it's this whole misconception that people go into OnlyFans because they don't know what to do, or they're dumb, or they're just using their bodies because they're stupid, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm really proud to have been someone who did OnlyFans and then has pivoted into something completely different, and I've still been successful. Like, I just...
Very successful at that. Like, very, very successful.
Thank you. I just want to, like, show people, like, you know what, like, OnlyFans creators are some of the smartest women I know. Like, they're so business savvy. No one understands yet, like, what kind of goes on behind the scenes. I think I looked at it the other day. It was something crazy, like 99.6% of people who start on OnlyFans quit within the first year because I think it's like a get-rich-quick scheme, or that figure sounds really high, but I'm sure it was that.
That's very high.
Yeah. And then these women who are successful, they do it because they're smart. They're like, business savvy.
Dynamic.
Yeah, exactly. So, and not, I hope that doesn't sound like I'm like talking myself up, like, oh, I'm so smart.
No, talk yourself up, please.
I just hate that people, have that assumption. So it's really cool to be someone who's pivoted from that. And I've been successful in a new industry, and I've done it all off my own back.
You should be so proud of yourself. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm like, I was saying to my partner, like, I'm so happy for you. You've done so well in such a short amount of time.
Thank you.
Like, it's all just happened, and like, potentially you could have a baby next year, have a ring. Who knows?
Hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
Hey, we might be at the same time.
Oh my God, yes.
Could you imagine?
Oh, we can do like a maternity shoot together.
Oh, I'd love that. That would be
put
so
like the headphones on the bumps. How cute would that be? I'm taking it too far. I'm sorry.
I love that. Can I ask, you seem so happy and successful at the moment. Can I ask, do you have any goals for 2024?
I want to keep doing exactly what I'm doing, but twofold. I want to grow my business more. I want to have more clients. I want to see more of my clients' names in more publications. I want to take my clients from where they are to like the level they want to go. I feel like I'm like at the beginning of a highway. I just want to keep going down that highway, but getting faster.
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Can I ask, do you reckon your like corporate background has helped?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So
you were in banking for a lot of years. Yeah.
Yeah. So corporate banking. So it was my job as a business banker. Like I had a range of clients who were all different businesses, and I really absorbed, because I love business. So I absorbed a lot of information from that. Not just like business, I guess, information, but also like their tenacity, their dynamics, their mindset. And all that information has really helped not only with my OnlyFans, but then again with Million Billion as well.
Yeah, you're so professional. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Oh, thank you.
Lucy's like very like onto it. Like I feel like we're very similar in that regard. Like having a background in corporate just helps with the communication aspect. Like
you are the queen of that. I mentioned it briefly when we were off
you.
air. Like even like coming into the podcast, like you're so organised, so professional. Everything's just so comfortable. And you just create such a beautiful environment for people to come in and just. I love what Hardy Anderson said in her podcast: is come in and shed their shit. Like I feel like this is such a cool environment to do that.
Oh, we're so thankful that we have people like you on. Like it makes the podcast.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I just want to leave this podcast on a note as well. I want to quickly ask, with your big accounts,
yes,
have you got any plans to go into like influencing?
Yeah, so with my I'm Lucy Banks account,
you've got over
107,000, I think.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So I really want to. It's been nice being able to show a little bit more of me instead of just doing like thirst traps and bikini photos and stuff. It's nice to just show a bit more of my personality. But I really want to use that account and like leverage it to do more influencing stuff. I'd love to do show off a bit more of Perth and a bit more of like fashion and home interiors and things that I'm genuinely interested in.
So you're passionate about home interiors, fashion.
Yeah, I love getting out and about in Perth. Like I love going to like the pubs and the wineries and things like that. A little bit of travel, like
that would be cool.
Yeah, we just came back. We just did 3 days in Lancelin last week.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Which was I love it up there. Yeah, up there. I'm like, is it up or down? It's up. So yeah, I really, for my I'm Lucy Banks account, I really want to start doing more influencing on that one. It's just something that comes really naturally to me, and I have a lot of fun with it.
You're very good at it, and I feel like your fans are loving the transition.
Thank you.
They're like, this is her, being honest and open with herself and like the real person behind the brand.
Yeah. I was a bit worried because I was like, when I stop sharing like thirsty stuff, I'm going to lose all my followers. Like, who's going to be interested or engaged? And there has definitely been a dip, but not as much as I anticipated. Like, I haven't lost followers or anything. Yeah. So I'm so grateful for people who are interested in what I'm doing, and who still like following my journey, even though I'm not doing OnlyFans anymore. People have still been really supportive of what I'm up to, so it's just so nice.
I love that, and I can relate because obviously I was a bikini and lingerie model for a long time, and then I transitioned to fashion and lifestyle.
Yeah,
and there is that initial dip, but then people are like, "I love what you're doing."
Like, it's good.
Nice. I feel like the real fans support you. Like they'll always be there. Doesn't matter what you do.
Absolutely. That's what I found
as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've been an amazing guest. What is one note you want to leave this pod on?
I would just like to, I guess, express my gratitude for all the people that have supported me in the transition from being like an OnlyFans creator to running Million Billion Media. It is like it makes me like emotional. I'm like, it's just so nice and I was really worried. I was like, are people going to take me seriously moving from one business to another? And all the clients who have signed up with me, all the people who share my post or like it, who like cheerlead me, like you're so good for that. You're like the ultimate hype girl, and I've got a few people in my life like that, and it is just so beautiful seeing that camaraderie amongst women. Just even though like I'm not in that industry anymore, like all my industry friends are still championing exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, I think if I wanted to leave this podcast on a note, it is that I'm really happy. I'm really grateful. And yeah, life's all good vibes from me.
Big things in 2024.
Yes, bring it on.
Guys, keep your eyes open. So exciting. Lucy, I'm so glad that we met this year. I consider you a good friend. So
likewise,
thank you so
I'm so
much.
glad you reached out to me and I was able to come on the podcast and build this vibe with you. And yeah, I can't wait to keep doing more things together in 2024.
Yes. Cheers to that, babe. We've
Yeah.
always got our Prosecco, by the way, guys.
Yes, always.
Thanks so much for listening this week, guys. It's been an amazing interview, and I'll catch you next week for another guest. Bye.